so. So make you talk about the small things, so.
Good morning, my good people. We don't come back to studio. This is the Envirologies of Question 3.1 FM. We don't come here to talk about the small things. My name is Silime Richard Benin, and I work with Community Development Advocacy Foundation, CODAF.
Good morning, listeners out there. My name is Tino Ofred, and I still work for Africa Center for Environmental and Rural Development. And with us in the studio this morning is
Oracle by Endurance,
All right, our Madame Nefertiti Ayo, co-chair, the Executive Director of Neferok Development Initiative, which is our third partner. She's on her way, she's coming. But she's aiming at telling us what she did. Yeah, so we don't come back here again. You say every Thursday when we come to you, we talk about small things. And the small thing we want to talk today, now the Nigeria of your dream and your part in shaping it. And they play my part. You they play your part. The Dorans Oracle by the playing part. Mosquito preparing place, they play a part. Fine wine, they play a part. Everybody they play their part. But this part what they play now, so does it really shape it to the Nigeria of our dream? Now the question we want to ask our listeners today and ask ourselves for this studio today. Alright, so now, bros, the statistics are not coming here again. Now, wow. But what Nigeria is the most populous black nation on earth, with about 233 to 250 million individuals. Yeah. So now, for this bracket, yeah, about 90 to 100 million of this population on a quote now, so fall within the bracket of youth. All right.
But I think it's more than that.
That's
About 50%.
20%.
About 50% of the population is youth.
This kind of thing they do, so I know they like. So people will just listen to the program today, go know say I stop from my material. Wow. I don't try. I said between 80 to 100 million. So
you don't try.
Wow. Wow. You're going to make my teacher laugh now. So now, this bracket,
yes,
very productive. And this bracket, about 80% of this bracket are unemployed. Yeah? And inside the same bracket, these people were the unemployed. Then they complain pass about the unemployment. Right? So with this bracket, they are supposed to be intentional in shaping the democracy of whatever we do in Nigeria. But sadly, in 2023, about there was an increase in voter registration. It's quite unfortunate I don't have those statistics.
I think it's about 37 million were registered and
only 11
million came out.
So 26 million the house.
So and funny enough, during that election, we were watching news from other states and including my own state. Some youths were playing football on the streets. Because during election is no movement policy for Nigeria. Once election they call 24 hours to the election time, they declare curfew over Nigeria. So the streets were empty, but at that time the youths decided to come out to play football. And by the night they cry pass. That is one. Then two, we are approaching another election cycle again. And I don't know how many youths have registered now, but we are coming towards the election seasons again. And I am very sure that the youths are going to repeat that same thing they did in 2023. I hope they prove me wrong. Now, these primaries that was held in all the political parties, we found out that youths were collecting. The people wey dey complain say they are being oppressed, o job no dey, this no dey, that no dey. They were collecting stipends to vote particular aspirants during the primaries. That brings us to the discussion. Are we really ready to live in a Nigeria of our dream, or like those problems full of us? And could just continue like that, just continue like that. So as I can ask, but since Oriakoba falls within that bracket, una many Oriakoba, 100 million, very powerful force.
Even more than that.
Very powerful force. Now, Oriakoba. Okay, according to this, this is say the total population in Nigeria is, as of 2023, is about 250 million people. Now, wetin make you feel say the youth for Nigeria they continue this same circle every year? Is it that they are not ready, or that something they happen to them?
That question no get one particular answer, because in our the youth population we get different youth with different mentality and different attitude and characters. But I think I did watch one content for Facebook here 3 days ago. So they come, they interview one young lady. She was still in her senior secondary school, I think SS2, SS3. So the interviewer asked and say, who you go vote for? He can't mention one person name. Now the interviewer asked and say, the state of Nigeria good now. She said, no, it's not good. Say the current administration, it gets a big. So the interviewer asked and say, why you want to vote for her? So the girl can say, even if he vote for the person when if he say he will bring change, the vote no go count. So what's the point of voting? Now inside the youth set, there are youth that are hopeless in the political situation of Nigeria. Those set of youth feel say my vote no they count, no point of voting. Now inside this same youth, you still see some of them when just the Nigeria problem not really concern them. And it's still there among that population when you know the vote. The problem of Nigeria is not really concern them. So they do not see any need for voting. Now inside this same youth, they still get the set when we say they are not just serious with matters at all. They are just they are, will I say, make I no come use the word useless to themselves and the society. It go dey too harmful. So there are many reasons why youth not dey vote, and one of that such reasons that is concrete at the moment we say most youth believe say their votes no dey count, that Nigeria votes don't count, votes don't win election in Nigeria, so there is no point of voting. So that is one of the concrete reasons why I feel say youths not dey vote. Okay, all right, thank you very much, Mr. Fred. I when Nigeria has talk just now, I did see you already the urge, you already do one kind. So let us hear your thoughts on that.
Okay, I think that was a wonderful analysis from Mr. Raka. I think he touched on a lot of the things that are reasons why youths are not participating. But the failure of youth, failure of participation on the part of the youth, is not solely the problem of the youth. It is also the problem created by the government. Now let's look at Nigeria and Ghana, for example. On the election day in Ghana usually will say it's a public holiday. But there is no strict restriction of movement. Yes, you can go and open your shop. The market is even open. People go to market to sell. So it's like just every other day. The reason government in Ghana says public holiday is that for civil servants and public workers to be able to have time to go and vote. But not to say that you cannot move, not to say that you cannot drive between a certain society like Ughelli and Benin. You can drive around the entire country on that day. Nobody will stop you. All right. So, but come to Nigeria. The last election I was in Agbara, So we decided to drive from Hebrew College to somewhere around the town hall to check something. And the military men came, they accosted, ordered us out of the vehicle. Why are we in the car? Why did we even start the vehicle in the first place? That on its own is a problem. Now, let's look at who votes in Nigeria. You mentioned statistics of Nigerian youths. Let's look at who actually make up the Nigerian youths.
The bracket.
Who actually registered in 2023. From what I have, you have about 20 to 25% in Ghana. You understand? In Nigeria, sorry, secondary school who register for election in Nigeria.
Okay, those ones are above 18?
Yeah. So we are looking at in Nigeria now the upper level, that is Essex, who some of them are above 18. In Nigeria, you have is between 20 to 35%. In Ghana, on the other hand, it is 45 to 60%. See the difference in Ghana. Undergraduates in Nigeria is between 30 to 45%. In Ghana, it is 55 to 70%. You also see the gap. Then graduates, those who are out of university, who are working, in Nigeria is 35 to 50%. In Ghana, it is 60 to 75%. So that tells you a lot of things. One, a lot of people in Nigeria, a lot of the youth in Nigeria, when the registration for election is going on, they are probably in school. All right? So those of them who are in Abraka, who are in Epoma, who are in, you name the institution, would have registered within the proximity of their school.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on the day of election, government declares public holiday. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Most people travel home. They will go home. Nearly all the students, except those who are from that university community that will stay. Even some of them will travel too. So take for instance a student in Abraka who has come to Ogeli because there's a public holiday, because government has said no movement, there's strict restriction of movement. That person has been disenfranchised by the strictness that you cannot move. You understand?
Yeah.
And if you look at it, the 2023 election, the statistics we have, the data we have is that about 23 million people voted. Right? Of that 23 million, 11 point something were youth. That's half
Yeah.
of the people who voted. That's good on the part of the youth.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's no room for improvement. There's room for improvement. Like I said earlier, the youths in Nigeria make up about 50%, if not more. The median age in the Nigerian society today is between 18 and 19 years old. 40% of the Nigerian youth is under 15. It's at the age bracket of 15.
Yeah.
15 to 18.
Yeah. So you see the problem. So if we have in Nigeria people who have graduated, who are between 35 and 50%, who registered for voting, and in Ghana we have 60 to 75%, it shows a gap of improper mobilization of people at the grassroots. That's one thing. Improper mobilization.
What about information?
Part of it is part of the improper mobilization. Because if you are properly informed, you are probably properly mobilized. And where you fail to, where people say, like you said, young men were playing football. What did the government do? The same I don't care attitude. Because when you notice that in a normal society, you come to understand that there's a problem. So you attack that problem. And how do you attack it? You move straight to the grassroots to begin to mobilize people. Why do youths also not, why do they not register? And when they register, why do they not vote? They don't have trust for politics, for the government.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Fred. So, why do Nigerian youth disrupt election? Despite the state of the country, do you think that this can change? I talked about the just concluded political party primaries that took place sometime around May. Yeah. Some persons were used youth were used to, we saw pictures and videos of such. They were used to disrupt the process of, primary vote inside the same party. Not be saying another political party, people inside the same political party. When one senses that he's being outrigged, yeah, you go just send some of the guys, and the people who perpetrate this act are youth. Do you think this can stop quickly so that?
Well, let me go back to 2023 again.
So youths are used as tools.
Yes. Let me go back to the 2023 again. In 2023, you find out that there was a very high level of digital activism. On the net, you see a lot of discussion about election, right? Real discussion. Participated mostly by the youth. And at the end of the day, what do you see? Physical participation. So there's a disconnect between the digital activism and physical electoral participation. If we see that most of the problem we're having is because we are physical when it comes to election, we must move from point A to point B to vote. If you can vote within your house, if the primaries you mentioned right now were to be conducted online, where you pick up your phone and a huge chunk of the youth have,
Mobile
devices, Androids. So if it is possible, and not if it is possible, if the system says that we are noticing this problem of money or money bags disrupting a lot of things, causing confusion here and there, let's move away from
the
conventional,
yes,
and move to digital. Do you think somebody will be able to influence the vote as much as it is that we are noticing?
But well, that's a question we'll leave for the public to answer. Because in Nigeria anything can happen.
All right. The reality on ground is that I don't think Nigeria will be able to come out from youth disrupting election. Why do I say that? In the youth population is divided into two. We have the minority youth and the majority youth. Now, who are the minority youth? The minority youth are children of the elite. They make up the small population of the youth in Nigeria. The majority youth are children of common men who are struggling for themselves to survive. Now, within the majority youth, they are further divided, the responsible youth and the irresponsible youth. Now, the irresponsible youth in the majority, they are out there in our streets. If you check the 2023 election, there was a problem in Lagos State that some youth just bounced into a polling unit with guns, and so policemen intercepted them now and killed some of them. Now, if you check those youth, you discover that these are children of common men. The children of the elite, they are not in that group. So that is why I say the poverty in Nigeria is a weapon to recruit more useless youth, because election is coming now. That guy, when he dey smoke for street, he dey wait for person to come call and say take gun go disrupt election and get 100k. And if you check, if you also look around and discover the persons that have been penalized for this disrupting election, the youth that have been penalized for this disrupting election, if you check the amount that they are paid to do this, it is unreasonable. You discover that the mindset of these youths have been crippled both economically and otherwise. So this is why I say there is nothing we can do to say that.
Thank you very much. But let me tell you, there is hope in every society. The youth you refer to in Nigeria today, Oshana, why they look me with that kind of eye?
Which kind of they looking?
The youth you refer to in Nigeria, this is not the first time in the world. The American, at some point, youth in America were as it is today in Nigeria. The reformation in America is about the rules, it's about the laws, it's about the not just enacting the law, but the implementation of the law. You understand? Now, you say in Nigeria it is important. I'm not saying it's not impossible. You know why? The reason why it continues to be what it is because there is a gap between, intercepting a disruptive element and investigating properly to know who are the motivators of that disruption. Because the young man that did the disruption is not the one that is motivating it. Someone is paying for it.
Yeah.
What has the law done to hold that person paying for that disruption accountable? Nothing. So until we begin to see that when a young man, good enough these days, the issue of ballot box snatching is almost gone.
Has been reduced, yes.
So that tells you that at some point we will also get away from this idea of disruption. But in the meantime, when somebody is caught doing that is termed to be undoable within the society, if such a person is caught, you don't just kill the person. When you kill the person, you set someone else free. It's like the case of crime. A thief that you kill, you have allowed more to regroup. But if you catch that person and
set a precedent,
you catch the person, you investigate and look at who is the man that gave you the gun.
Yeah.
Because if that young man can do what he's doing just because of 100,000 naira, how did he get money to buy the gun? Somebody gave him the gun. So who gave you the gun? And then if we're able to catch, so we make people use them as a scapegoat.
Okay.
So society learn from them. And things like that begin to disappear from society.
Sir, let me give you a real life example.
a quick one.
In Edo State, if you interview any thug, you will trace the route to one single man. You can count the commanders of thug in that state. They are not up to 3. I don't want to mention it because
we know some of them.
Now, if you go to their house now, you will see boys, youths in their compound smoking. Now, these youths are children of common men that are senseless, because I consider them to be senseless. Now, this man was one of these men were awarded by a governor of that state. The governor paid him. Why did the governor pay him? He was punished by one governor of Edo State. Now, he was punished because he broke the rule. That's the commander of one of the thug units. He was punished. Now, another governor came in and paid him.
And compensated him.
Yes, compensated him. Now, this man that was compensated now, I think he must, if you are to take statistics, he have over 1,000 boys working for him.
The governor that is doing this compensation, is this still in power?
Yes.
Is the man running for a second term, or he's doing the second term?
He will run for a second term.
Do you think he will win?
I
ask you a question, yes or no?
That's a future thing.
So, do you think?
But with all
the Edo State population, the people, the citizens of Edo State, do you think they are not supporting it? Are they not supporting it today? You see, that's a problem with our society.
No. When we say support, it's on a different category.
Why?
For example, let's be real, sir.
Let me tell you one thing about democracy. If we are practicing what democracy is that kind of government where the people hold the power. It is the people that make the decision. If the people of Edo State thinks that government is their government and that they elected this man to hold that position, they can actually force him to get out of that position. But hold on. We don't do that in our case in Nigeria. We don't do that because we have this idea of give me something, make I born. We have this idea of not be me go die, put for under my problem. We have this problem of somebody slap you just walk come out because you never born, you don't born.
Just like fella.
Never build house. You won't build house. You don't build house. Things like that. So if that man is doing it, he's only playing on the sensibilities of the people. We hear in other societies, where a father becomes the president, right? He dies, the son take over. Abi?
Yeah.
I would say it cannot happen in Nigeria. Abi? Up to today, it has not happened, and I don't think it can happen in the Nigerian society. But things like that happen, even in the lower cadres of, at the state level, at the local level, they do happen. Why it cannot happen at the federal level is because of the kind of antagonism, the kind of people who will oppose you. If we have such the kind of opposition we have at the federal level, if we have it at the state level, that governor that you are talking about in Edo State will not be able to do that. Because first and foremost, the money he's toying with is not his personal money. It's the people's money.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Fred. That brings us to no be in personal money. The people get the money. Yeah. Now, people, these politicians, they do have money to pay for, we call it vote buying. And the idea behind that, why the youths collect the money, is that blessed is on our share for this thing. Now, when they collect the money, they vote for the man, saying this 5,000, this 10,000 that has been given now is my share of the national cake. Do you think it helps democracy in our country?
First and foremost, when they collect the money, we have agreed here that even they don't even vote. Those people that you see that collect those money, most of them don't vote. If you ask them, most of them don't even have voters card. Yes, they belong to political party, right? And the reason why they belong to political party, you and I know, because of that thuggery. You understand? They are probably recruited in by the strong man. Ono's come. Which party you this? Who you support them? Our Ghana are not there. You not there? Oh yeah, come. Right in there, give him a membership card. That become his tool. You understand? So when it comes to primaries, when it comes to local political whatever, he uses it. That's why I said earlier that if we must get rid of certain things, then we must be able to go beyond the obvious. We must go and look at the real iceberg that is hidden below the water, and not just the surface stuff you see.
It's all right. You want to add one or two?
Yes, so the vote buying is a Nigerian thing as it stands now. Election they come, they will start to share money again. To me, that is a bad practice, and it is against democracy. And those persons that are taking it, my prayer for you is that may your poverty long. Yes, may your poverty never end. Taking money and selling votes, may poverty kill you and your generation.
The fact that, listen, the people who are quite harsh. Yes, the people who are providing the money, they are rich. So
it's okay.
They can't be poor.
It's all right.
But again, what we need, the intervention we need, is to go digital. Because that will remove a lot of things.
Are you sure that if we go digital, that will help?
Of course.
Let me tell you something.
It may create a kind of another type of what's the word now? Another type of challenge. At the end of the day. No, it's even because at the end of the day, the challenge that we will face under the digital system will be less.
Okay.
It will be less because at the beginning we will have people who are unable to actually use their phone to vote because they will not be able to navigate to that point where they can actually cast their vote. So that will be a challenge immediately at some point. But we also noticed that we have had challenges over the years. When beavers came, right, there was challenge. Today we have overcome that challenge. And so also when we go digital, there will be challenges, and we will at some point we will overcome the challenges.
You know, say
it's about repeatability of the system.
If it happened in one country, it can happen in another.
I pray we get to that point where we can vote in the comfort of our home digitally. I pray, but the human mind cannot comprehend what the average Nigerian can do when it comes to electronic fraud.
You watch that.
One guy, the diver, they do POS business. That POS machine, you get the way they go configure if you put your card, your ATM card to withdraw money from them. It saves your PIN, and the guy goes back home, access your account from just one transaction that you did, which is POS machine, and it sweeps you.
You see,
So,
yes, you are really looking at yes, that guy. So people like that, we have had people like that in other countries where government has, they have been arrested and all of that. But it provides data on how to actually checkmate such things.
It's okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Let me, before we move, let me say something. There's what we call a trade-off when it comes to why people behave in certain ways. We are looking at the youths here. The youth, why they are not participating, and when they participate, why do they take money, right? Right? And so we have looked at over 37 million youth who registered in 2023, and just about 11 million actually voted.
Which is half of the voting population.
Yes, but about a third of the total number of people who registered to vote. Okay, so possible too that the reason why the other 20-something million people did not vote could also be, what they can look at as in a possible trade-off. Okay. Now, you look at election. On the election day is, in fact, what you call restriction of movement, no business. In fact, a lot of business don't even happen. But the young man here, there's a young man here who actually wants to vote, but he's also, considering how to get to where he has to vote. He's also considering how to eat, and a lot of things. And maybe, just maybe, he has something to do that will help his economic state as of today. So there has to be a trade-off. What is that trade-off? Let go of the civic activity and concentrate on what you are doing. If that young man is a mason and he has a job that he has to do, you don't expect him to abandon his mason, when at the end of the day, even the civic participation have very little way of helping the situation at the end of the day.
Exactly.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Fred. Let's take 1 minute break because we've been talking for about 30-something minutes now. We'll take 1 minute break and come back immediately and open the lines so that our listeners and viewers can also contribute to this discourse. Yeah, so we're talking about the Nigerian of our dream and our role in shaping it. So with statistics we don't rely out just now for this discussion is that the youth of Nigeria actually have the power to shaping the democratic process of Nigeria. But it's quite unfortunate that the youth in Nigeria does not know their power. So we're going to open the lines now so that you make your contributions. But there's one of our friends who over here for a very long time, Evangelist Christopher. Please, if you are okay, please call in today. We are missing you. All right. So it's 08022931931 or 931 to reach us via WhatsApp, or 08056692969. I think we'll have. Oops, we just missed that person. But let me repeat the numbers again. 08022931931. Or you can also reach us on 08056692969. Hello. Good morning. What's the name and where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Mercy. I'm calling from Victory Level.
All right. Good morning, Madam Mercy.
Yes, of the truth, our vote, we the youth, our vote. In fact, Nigeria generally assume our vote does not count. I witnessed the scenario of 2023 in my polling unit.
Quickly correct the
You will see where they will say, go and write your name if you want to vote for party A. So that have mind to vote for party B, they will just because of 10,000, 5,000, will go and write name and a lot of package, maybe wrapper, one or two gifts. So it's as if Nigeria is all about vote buying and vote selling.
All right. So wait. Hello, madam. If the vote does not count, why do they spend money in buying that vote? in trying to purchase it. That's to tell you that the vote counts. That's why they are. Go ahead.
Now, because people are just selling their votes, so whoever that's supposed to be the rightful candidate, maybe that person does not have money. How will that person have commerce when people have said their vote for little porridge?
So that is the problem that we are trying to correct here. So if I know that candidate A, hello madam, if I know that candidate A is the right person to be voted into office, yeah, and I hold my ground that no, I will not sell my vote, and I vote for so that is the problem.
If you yes.
So that is why we are where we are today.
Madam Mercy.
Because
Auntie Mercy.
Send your details. Oh, the problem is just too much. That is just the problem we are facing. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Madam Mercy.
I appreciate her. But you see, the way you have spoken, it shows that you are someone who is ready to change the system. All you need to do is convince somebody else. Yeah.
Yes, just convince
someone else.
5 persons.
Yeah, let that person convince another 5 persons. And you'll be surprised at how
all right. We have somebody who sent in a message now. He said Nigerian system of election is too bad. Only those already arranged that will be allowed to rule, not by election. The day of it is to fulfill all righteousness. Well, everybody has the right to their opinion. Hello, what's the name of where you calling from?
Good morning. This is Benji Motors calling from Agbaro.
Good morning, Mr. Benji from Agbaro. Go ahead quickly, sir.
See, I don't want to talk because I don't want to make mixed up. When you see, but if one president dies, it comes to the president for Nigeria.
Statement like your vote does not count. That's not true. That's not a fact. So
with the kind of politicians when we get for this country now, it goes to say easy more than that country where it was so. Because not the election when they do so, not be that they elect the people. Like on time now.
That's not correct, sir. That's not correct.
Because with the thing, my radio today, I know what you are trying to do. I start by looking at the job. I say the thing. Imagine the FCC come back when they do for the country. So is it supposed to do? If FCC can do the test like that, when the people opposition party will be. Why not to talk
to which political party now you did?
I'm not there any political party.
And you talk as if you are talking as if you are in that place. Look, we hold a lot of opinions that are not correct. See, sir, with all due respect, sir. But you're not there. You are just, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I dey concerned for you, you are just responding to rumors.
Now people like collect the money. Not people like collect the money. If the people where they cry, wait, hello, sir. People where they cry say insecurity in the day, hunger day. Now the same people that go collect 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 to vote. So why are you complaining?
Let's be very clear here. Your vote counts. Your vote counts.
Yes.
If it does not count, nobody
will pay money to take it.
Your vote counts. That's just the truth.
Hello.
What is election rigging?
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's the name of where you calling from? Quickly.
How is election?
My name is Olemegele from what this man just the government is part of what I wanted to say. When it is summary in the first they don't allow people, they don't allow people to enter. Who are you voting for? Who's your decision with them? They enter. Who's your decision with that person? They don't enter. So if you don't allow you to enter, how will you vote? So they have already arranged the very they want to go, not by election, it's by their election. That's why the youth, they find it difficult. We don't want to experience duty, Oboru, Ibori, Oboru, Ubwala. We don't want to happen now. When we stand in the sun, from morning till night, at the end of the day, who they want to vote for, that's the thing, it was very straight, and it's going to carry the duty of work. That's what.
All right, thank you very much, sir. You said the youths are being shortchanged. Abi, that's the right word to use. Say their votes no they count. But our argument here now is that if the vote no they count, why would they spend that amount, that huge amount of money to bribe you? Why? So that means the vote counts. So if you stand your ground and say no, I cannot collect that money.
See, if somebody
and vote for my conscience. Hello, what's the name and where are you calling from?
If somebody approaches you on the election day, say you take 10,000 naira, vote for my candidate, what you do with that information is not my business. But what you do at the point where you are voting is very important, because you elect your house with the mindset that you are going to vote somebody. Vote that person at the end of the day.
Hello, good morning. What's the name and where are you calling from?
My name is Femi, I'm calling from PGA.
Okay, Mr. Femi, go ahead quickly.
A lot of poverty on the ground. See, don't blame those people, because they are opportune to eat 3 times daily, and they have more in your pocket. That is why you are talking like that. Go to the polling booth. Somebody that has not been eating yesterday night, then he went to the polling booth to vote for his or her own conscience. But somebody will buy him 10,000 naira to fight with ourselves. That person will collect. That is the fact. Let me give you an example. The last government in Delta State was empowered, he created an office of job bishop. They empowered the youth, local government. Then after they trained you, they will give you equipment to start up. I have a boy that was opportunity, he doesn't but he applied. And they picked him. He went for Wembley, the wedding of habituation. He graduated, was given the tools. Everything complete. Then this administration came now coming back. Instead, we continue with that trend to empower human capital empowerment. Human empowerment is what I will need. If they sanction billions of naira on flyover, tell me how many people that have a vehicle apply that place. We have to be realistic with ourselves. We don't know what to do when we want to do it. All this nonsense is rubbish. Obasanjo was in Denmark because the Ibadan express road has been constructed. They are not making this today.
For selling your vote.
How can we deceive now?
You should also understand the
Empower the
reason
youth.
people kidnapping.
Let us go and then work. Get work the equipment and see whether we will produce. Whether tomorrow, when election come up, we will collect that now or stone that people that bring that again. So we have to look at the foundation. The people that are complaining is one of your two.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. So if you are giving this excuse that it is because of hunger, you are justifying why people should take money and sell their vote. That means the man who carries
kidnapper.
And kidnaps people
because he's hungry.
He is justified
as well. You don't see it from that perspective.
There is no excuse, my brother.
And let me also tell you that no amount of well-being you get, everybody in the society can never be rich in the sense of being rich.
At all.
It is not possible. So some people will be at the bottom at all the time.
That is it. Hello. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, this is coming from the city.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay, I want to appreciate people in the office. So please, my own house, people should not consider anybody that is carrying out for our own mind.
on this today. If you are telling the truth, most people will try to one way or the other to cover in order for us not to end our own game. I believe you guys are there. You are just the government agency. We want to hear our own truth. So allow us to pay our mind so that after the whole discussion, you people can counter where we are wrong and where we are right. So allow us to pour out our mind. We are all saying the truth. Now Nigeria, we all know what is going on in this country. Listen, I just want to ask a little prayer. I want that my brother pray to those people who are doing a manipulation that
Where's your mic?
and those who are doing the manipulation, people that we want to be our leader, those people that are manipulating everything, with their property.
So, well, quite often that we
You can say may their poverty long.
All right, okay. Mr. Fred,
Yeah.
we have very few time left in the studio here now. So, in 1 minute, what is your advice for the youth? We appreciate the last caller.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let me respond to the last call.
Oh, our guy's guy, Evangelist Christopher. Make you use 1 minute to talk. You don't say that. 1 minute. 1 minute. Evangelist Christopher. Correct. Good morning.
I appreciate that. Good morning.
Aha.
That group, yes.
All right.
Please, what I want to briefly say is that, my brother, we should not be gullible. We should not be nosy. Buying of votes is just a distraction from the main thing. See, the results have been written. It's just a think all the governors are going to it. What is, see, if you want to drink abroad, let us make if to vote president, it's not
Sadly, the network is really bad, Evangelist Christopher. But it's nice to hear from you. I hope you call in early next week, Thursday, when we'll come back. I think we are going to continue this conversation.
So
quickly,
I was
Mr.
simply saying that that caller before Evangelist Christopher, I just want to tell him that where somebody try to propagate false information, we must call the person to order. We must correct the person.
Yes.
So when you say votes don't count, we tell you it's not true. It counts. And the fact that somebody is offering you money for that shows that
important.
Something is very important with that action. That's why they are offering you money to take it. So that is for that. For me, I want, in rounding off in this discussion, I'd like to tell the government that first and foremost, they have everything within their powers to see that, the societies navigate to a point where everyone will become comfortable with it. Let's look at how we can move away from this physical thing, this analog way of doing our elections. Let's go to the digital aspect. I know that a lot of people are arguing that we're not going to feed RAM, networks not in some places. That is absurd, because if every child in Nigeria writes JAM, and in the last over 3 million people wrote JAMs. Did I say 3 million? Well, so if we write JAM and we transact in Nigeria today, nearly 80% of the transaction is done on mobile apps. And you tell me there's no network? That's absurd. So let's go to that area. Let's try and do that transition towards that point where people can go about their business while they vote.
It's okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Endurance. 10 seconds.
My advice for our audience is that now Nigerians they put Nigeria for trouble. Now your vote counts. Go out there and vote, and do not sell your conscience by accepting dirty money.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Endurance, Oriakoba. Thank you very much, Mr. Fred. And thank you very much to everybody that called in and contributed to this discussion. It's like we didn't complete today's discussion. Can we continue next week? All right, so I promise you we're going to continue this conversation next week Thursday. But until then, stay out of trouble. And the truth of the matter is, your vote counts. That's why these people are expending a lot of money to procure it. All right, so my name is remain Richard Benin. This is where we draw the curtain on Environment on Question 3.1 FM. Until next week Thursday, same time, same day. Stay out of trouble. Oh.